All right, so welcome to another episode of Selling with a Robo. So here today we are actually having the episode at a very different location. We are in San Francisco today, and right beside us it's the Oakland Bridge, right? And on this side we have the Golden Gate Bridge as well. So we want to do the episode in front of Golden Gate Bridge, but we couldn't find the proper right spot, so we decided to take it up here. So today we have in our episode with us Kalana, founder and CEO of Hyperglade. How are you doing, Kalana?
Doing very well. It's a bright and sunny day in California. I've heard that this is very rare.
Yeah.
And so
it was all gloomy the past few days. So you came in at the right time.
Yes, yes. So that's why I thought it would be a very good time to shoot it outside.
Yeah. Lovely. So Kalana, you've been from my earlier days in entrepreneurship, I would say you've been a person who has really inspired me, right, throughout, right, with regards of your previous ventures to what you are doing right now, right? And I'm sure our audience would really love to hear about your journey, what you've been doing so far. And I know that you recently just raised money from Draper Associates as well, right? So why don't you tell us a little bit about your story and what has led up to this point?
Right. I'll keep it very short, but to summarize is, when I was in university, I knew that coding, I was studying computer science and engineering. I realized that that's not my passion, but I really like tech, but I didn't want to be a coder.
Yeah.
And I think a couple of days ago, Devin was released, which might make all software developers kind of obsolete in the future. What I wanted to do was create something new, and University was very helpful. University of Moratuwa, they were very encouraging of students who wanted to start their own thing. And with that, I started a couple of ventures, learned a lot. And a few years ago, when the NFT market was picking up, we wanted to do a fun project.
Yeah.
And we looked at the market and we thought the process of buying this blockchain-based asset is difficult. Let's make it simple. So we did a auction where we made it super simple to buy NFTs. And we didn't know this at the time, but this was the first time in the region where fiat currency was used to buy NFTs.
Right.
And with this, we realized the auction was very successful, so we realized we are onto something. We wanted to pursue that, and that's how Hyperglade was born. And with Hyperglade, we did a bunch of consultancy level projects, worked with a few clients in different regions, and understood that there's a lot of real-world use cases of blockchain out there, but everybody's focusing on infrastructure building and development.
Right.
So we wanted to sort of bridge that gap, and then we came up with an idea, and we were able to raise our pre-seed directly from Silicon Valley here.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And so that was a few months ago, and since then we built our product, got our initial customers, went into the market, and so right now we are meeting a few clients in the US markets. Been doing a bit of a tour because of that.
Right.
But yeah, that's where I am right now.
Right. That's great to hear, Kalana. So with regards of Hyperglade, now that's a super inspiring journey, right? So with Hyperglade now, where are you now? You just raised money as well, right? So where are you planning to take this forward? Because I mean, personally speaking, I'm not very, very well versed. I know what blockchain is, I know what crypto is, right? But I haven't really gone deep into the tech side of things, right?
Yeah.
So what are you building with Hyperglade, right? What would say another 5 years ahead, right? How would this evolve to be in terms of making a real impact?
Right. So we observed how universities in Singapore have used blockchain to tokenize certificates, so that they can easily verify the identity of students. And then on the other side, we saw Dubai government moving their documents on chain so that they can save up to $5 billion annually on audit fees.
Right.
They have their property market on chain as well. California DMV is experimenting with moving to blockchain.
Right.
So these are some really interesting use cases of blockchain that are already out there. And there's hundreds of supply chain traceability companies that are putting data on chain for verification, validation, things like that. Things that people are not very familiar with in mass markets. what we saw was this opportunity to connect these real world use cases with enterprises. So we built a platform where you can go tokenize anything.
Right.
So we have clients who are tokenizing EV batteries, tokenizing securities. We have clients who are tokenizing generators, like energy generators, and all kinds of stuff. What we built was this easy to use platform for them to explore.
Right.
So we had two options there. One is tokenization, which is creating a digital twin of your asset. And then the other one is traceability, which is tracking the movement of an asset on chain. So with these two, we saw a lot of interest coming from industry. And you can think of it like how WordPress made it easy for anybody to build their own website and build their own online store.
Yeah.
WordPress didn't try to push them towards anything. They just built a platform and gave them templates to work on. And that's exactly what we have done with Hyperglade. Our platform is live right now.
Right.
So you can go and tokenize anything within a few clicks.
Right.
You don't need to even know what a wallet is, how crypto works, or anything. All that technological jargon and the complexities.
You've taken care of.
Yeah.
Right.
So in that, we are looking at some patterns where we have noticed really interesting use cases, and we'll be doubling down on those use cases while allowing people to do their own thing on our platform. So, for instance, like, there are so many videos of people asking Bill Gates, like, what do you think internet can be used for? And then he's like, can be used for many things. We'll create a platform for people to explore. That's sort of the inspiration.
That was a very interesting video. I saw that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that is the same inspiration we are also having. We wanted to build a platform to be able to do all kinds of things with blockchain and make it very easy. Not just easy, also very cost effective. Usually, like, we've been going to Denver and South by Southwest in Austin, and we met a lot of potential clients who were like, we actually wanted to do this, and we were going to hire a lot of people and do this, and they were going to do their research and then build this for us. And then our value proposition is, you don't have to do that. You pay us a couple of $100 and you do it yourself. So reduce the complexities, reduce costs drastically, and let people do innovative things on chain. That's what Hyperglade is
right.
about.
That's a lovely vision that you are headed towards, Sukalana.
Thank you.
So now, like, now that is blockchain, and love what you are building with Hyperglade, and I think it's going to have a lot of use cases, right, where people can build on it, right? So that's I think like what you are aiming towards, right? So now with the AI revolution that's actually coming up, right? Because now you were talking about Devin, right? So like, here all I'm hearing, like, day by day is whom can I replace today, right? So that's, I think that's become sort of like the game as well to some degree, right?
Exactly.
So
and like, mainly in this market, cost is very high. Human cost is high, and that's why we've seen a lot of people outsource to Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh, because they can get work done at a cheaper level. But if you automate that even goes further down, and you get far better control over it. And this is an agent who will work 24/7 for you.
So that is like, quite crazy. So now, Kalana, my question specifically is right now, okay, the AI revolution is there. It's, you can't say it's coming, even it's actually there, and like, it's just going to exponentially grow, right? And how would this be interconnected with blockchain, right? And cryptos, NFTs, right? With all this space, how, like, do you say that AI is very much interconnected, or is it like, completely two different things? So what are your thoughts on that?
I think AI is integrated with everything.
Right.
Because whether you run a small shop or you are doing a day-to-day job, you can use AI very easily. And when I came to US, I got the AI on my WhatsApp. So I don't even have to go to ChatGPT now. I just message AI on my WhatsApp, and that has become very easy. The Meta AI on it. So like that, I think going forward, it'll be very easy for us to interact with AI and solve our problems. That's one aspect of it. So I think nothing is disconnected from it. But when you look at integrations, there's two ways where I see blockchain and AI working together. In our case, what we have used AI mainly for, we use AI extensively for research. and that has become very easy to work with. Like, when we were setting up companies here, we needed to look at regulations, legal aspects, and sometimes before you go and talk to a lawyer, you need to know what you're talking about as well. That makes the conversation much better, and you know what questions to ask as well. So even when incorporating the company, fundraising and all of that, I used AI extensively. And that's one aspect of it. When we are marketing, we use AI to figure out what the market we should be targeting, and what are the tools, how do we make things more efficient. So in that whole aspect, we use AI. And in our company, we have several investment related instruments where we are providing analysis using AI. So that's risk assessment. And then lastly, this is the most interesting use case where AI can benefit from blockchain. AI uses a lot of data that is fed by different authors, writers, different papers from universities, and all of this they are sort of like assets that the LLM uses to train itself. And these people who created this data, they have an intellectual property for that. And when the LLM uses this data, there's no direct benefit coming towards those people at all. So there are several companies.
I know that like OpenAI is paying millions of dollars to these authors and to get their books and all the content coming into the platform. So that's something that I've really looked into as well. I get what you're talking about.
And then there's a massive debate about creativity, right? Let's say DALL-E generates an image, but you can easily see inspiration from others. And I think European Union has been a bit more progressive in terms of clamping down on this. But I think
another thing that I would like to add there is now, OpenAI Sora is coming, right? And I was watching this video where Mira Murati, the CTO of OpenAI, is being interviewed, right? And she's being asked the question, now these videos that are being generated are really good, right? So how how is a model being trained, right?
She
just quotes saying, it's publicly available content, whatever that's being fed at it. So then the interview asks, is it like YouTube, Facebook, and so she pauses for a while, then thinks exactly what to say. It's all publicly available. I mean, she doesn't they can't really quote what exactly is said. So I get what you're talking about, how can the credit be properly given with regards of that traceability as well, coming back to the author, right? So I think that has a big use case in utilizing blockchain.
Exactly. And there's a lot of companies that are working on it. It's as soon as the LLM model came out, this is something people in the blockchain space started working on. It's not easy as well, because you're feeding data into a model and it's very difficult to differentiate that this is where the data came from. So there needs to be some innovation there. It's not going to be very direct plug and play. But that is somewhere blockchain might have a very good use case. And there are instances where you automate things with AI, and you might need some human intervention there. So there are different areas where you can decentralize the decision making. And so in the future, we will see some very interesting use cases between AI and blockchain. And there are also the blockchain companies that are there for the hype. So they like to jump on the bandwagon and now integrate with AI as well. Because there's always that hype-based demand coming up as well, right? So I think it'll be very interesting. But overall, I think AI is going to make a huge impact in all our lives, regardless of the industry, whether there's a direct impact or direct connectivity or not.
Absolutely, Kalana. So now, say coming to our podcast itself, Kalana, it's it's selling with a robo, right? What we discuss is mostly about how is this impact of AI is coming towards the sales and marketing landscape, right? Because I know for a fact that the typical sales and marketing approach is not the same approach that's being taken when it comes to blockchain or selling NFTs and things. It's a complete, it's a bit of, it's a different communities even, right? Discord communities and all these things. So what I would like to understand is first of all, right, in terms of the sales and marketing landscape, right, how does it differ in blockchain related, like NFTs and this particular technology space? How does it differ in terms of sales and marketing side with regards to like a traditional tech landscape?
So in the blockchain space, you have the crypto side, the NFT side, and the blockchain for infrastructure side. Like there's like 2-3 different models of operation. When you look at the communities that are active on crypto, active on NFTs, you find most of them on Twitter, you would find most of them on Telegram and Discord groups.
Right.
And so far the marketing methodology.
What is the reason for that? Like, why Telegram, Discord and Twitter? That's always a question that I've been pondering on.
I am not sure.
Right.
But I would assume one, you can't run blockchain ads on Facebook. Like, like typically how you would do, like, you can't run crypto ads on Facebook. And then there's this movement to be different from others in the Web3 space.
Yeah.
So that might have been something there as well. And also it has been mostly about building communities. So more than creating a community on Facebook, I think it has become very easy to build it on Twitter. And Telegram is much more secure as well. And there's that privacy concern that can come up. Some people who are active in the Web3 community don't even want to reveal their name because they can get attacked and different problems can be there. So because of that, I think they have moved towards these unconventional ways of marketing. But given that, I feel like that is mainly if you are building something for the crypto communities. And there's a lot of influencer-based promotions happening. And at the same time, you need to be very careful who you are working with because you can get easily scammed and you don't know who you are working with either. So because of that, I think it's a very complex way of cracking that marketing component for crypto. But there are people who have cracked it very well. But when it comes to companies like Hyperglade, we are connecting the crypto functionality with people who are in the traditional markets. So we are very much active in the traditional advertising space. And we look at SEO, we look at Facebook advertisements, we look at all kinds of events and promotions, partnerships, LinkedIn. We are very much active in LinkedIn. A lot of other crypto and blockchain projects are not.
They are not,
So we look at bridging this. So we have to be active in this space. And AI is something we have used a lot. And in order to figure out what are the best captions, generate it and tweak it. For instance, we had this marketing event back in November last year. It was in Singapore. We did it in partnership with Draper Startup House, where we open sourced a component of our tech, allowing developers to build use cases. Before our platform came out, we had a developer-focused component that we launched, and we had a hackathon, and it became an official side event of the Singapore FinTech Festival. So we had people coming from like Australia and Dubai, Singapore, Sri Lanka, competing in this. And this is just a marketing effort that we wanted to put. And we are a very small team, and we didn't have a dedicated marketing to pull this off. We used AI a lot, from even naming the event. The event was called Bow Olympics. It's AI generated. We had a T-shirt printed for the event. Even that was AI generated. And then when we were putting content out, we were able to tweak those content very easily with AI. And then that's just for that event. And now when we are looking at the target markets, target audiences, we use AI a lot to identify these and then come up with a strategy. And then optimize these strategies. Like, not that we are going to import it and put it, but it's a very good tool or a sounding board for us to even just get that initial start. And so up until this month, we were running without a marketing team. And right now we are
AI was your marketing team.
AI was our marketing team. Now we are hiring the marketing team so that we can like expand it. But even when that happens, they will be using AI a lot because they will cut down a lot of time, effort that will be required for it. And just like Devin that is coming up, Facebook will most probably automate their advertisement platforms where you can hire a sales agent and let them do these things, like run an ad based on this criteria,
Yeah.
and it will optimize and keep on optimizing the ads, look at the feedback, optimize based on that.
I think that's where they are heading as well, because now
Yeah.
already the content creation aspect they have brought in as well,
Yeah.
right? So with all of that, I think like that's definitely where they are heading.
Yeah. So like Devin, they might come up with something else.
Yeah.
Like so Angelina or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Like very easily the people can run ads on their own
Yeah.
without going through these agencies or anything at first.
Yeah.
But yeah, of
I
course, when
think
you're
the
scaling
whole
up, I think, yeah.
agency model is about to completely change, right?
Yeah.
I think that's where it's very much headed towards.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
maybe the agencies will hire these people as
Correct,
well. I
yeah.
don't know where it would go.
Yeah.
My experience in AI is very limited. I'm looking at it as a user, but I've been very happy about the progress that is being made and how it has come to play a role in our day-to-day life. As I mentioned, I have the AI on my WhatsApp.
Right.
I have pinned it to the top with my
Right,
wife. It's
right.
the AI and my wife that's on the top.
Yeah.
So-
Even my wife complains sometimes. I speak to the AI more than I speak to her. So yeah.
Competition.
Yeah. She's giving me looks from there. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's very interesting how AI can optimize things,
Yeah.
and I think everybody should use AI.
Yeah.
And it can be any parts of your sales funnel. Hardest part is generating the initial traction, but then once you create that initial traction, it's more about engaging them, keep them in the loop. So that's where I think a lot of tools, even Marketrix, has been successful.
Yeah.
So those are areas that people should definitely look into,
Yeah.
and constantly improve on and optimize.
Lovely, Kalana. So loved your insights as always, right? So as I said, you've been an inspiring character since
Thank
of
you
my
so much.
I don't know, since of those days, right? Until now, and you keep on inspiring as well. So thanks a lot for the insights, Kalana. Looking forward to seeing you once again in San Francisco in your next visit. Yeah.
Yes, that'll
Thank
be
you.
in like a month.
Right. Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.